on flamenco when it comes to just absolutely creating this beautiful, sensual style. Not only that, but it's respectable and it's cultural. And it's a style of dancing that, well, really goes back. It's an amalgamation of many different styles. It was all brought together in the late 18th century and has now become sort of the dance típico of Spain. And here in the Bay Area, Yaelisa's Caminos Flamencos company is one of the típico dance companies here in the Bay Area. And Yaelisa joins us now. Thank you very much for coming in. This is their season for their holiday. This is sort of the Spanish variety of the Nutcracker, I guess you could
Absolutely.
call it.
This is the alternative to the Nutcracker.
So when we talk about flamenco, I always think of rhythm as being such a tremendous part of it, but the complexity of the rhythm is amazing.
Oh, it is, and there are so many varying styles in flamenco, but the rhythms do vary quite a bit. You have 6/8, 4/4, just complexity-wise, it's very similar to Indian music. Not
That's
as
just
complex.
what I was thinking. It's got the same.
Not as complex.
That little tabla.
We use the tabla sometimes, but you know there are so many. It's such a hybrid art form. It's amalgamation of a lot of different cultures that came together over the last, several hundred years.
Yeah. Now, how do you get? I mean, it's a sort of a little bit like tap dancing, but with your hands doing a whole separate tap there.
Yeah, in flamenco, you dance from head to toe. I wouldn't even compare it to tap, maybe rhythmically in some ways.
You create it.
But you're hitting the floor so hard, which is much different than tap, except it's ironic that you mentioned that, because in my show, Canciones, I'm doing a Dave Brubeck piece, and I'm going to improvise it on top of it. I'm going to dance in a sort of style of flamenco and tap that's sort of a little creation of my own.
Can we listen to this for just a moment? Let's see if we can. So what is that rhythm?
Well, let me explain what we're watching.
Okay.
The drummer is a bata drummer, Michael Spyro, and we did a fusion of flamenco and sort of Afro-Cuban drumming beats.
Right.
Although he sort of had to incorporate himself more into my world. But we first did this piece, oh gosh, let's see, 10 years ago at the Ethnic Dance Festival, and people just flipped out, actually.
It is fabulous. It's not típico because you don't have the guitarist.
It's not. It's cross-cultural for sure. Yeah.
So that rhythm, or what would a typical rhythm, when you teach someone, what's the first rhythm you teach them?
Well, we start with 4/4, which is easy, 4/4, like a flamenco tangos. And then we progress to the 12s, if you can believe it. So 12s are very complex, and there's many styles in the 12.
Can you do a 12 with your hands?
Yeah. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just a slow 12.
Isabel, are you paying attention? Because you'll be tested on this later in the program. That's a slow 12.
That's a slow 12. You can do a fast 12 would turn into sixes.
Yeah.
12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh.
This is what people love. It's called bulerías. And people love bulerías because it's also like a street dance in flamenco. People get out in a circle, and one at a time they go out and show their stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very rhythmic and very joyous and a lot of fun.
The cool thing about flamenco is typically you'll see a stage and you'll have a couple of different people, and one will get forward, another get forward.
Right.
Somebody will start singing. The guitarist may do a solo riff.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a back and forth interplay. Flamenco, in American terms, is more like jazz in some ways, and with a little mix of gospel and blues.
I just want to show a little bit of a more contemporary piece, because flamenco really is evolving.
It is.
And this is a good example. Let's just watch this for a second, please.
Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have
So that is the traditional fan.
It is traditional kind of movements, but I'm dancing to Rosemary Clooney.
Yeah,
which
right.
Is really,
We noticed.
And that's going to be in our show as well. In our show at the Cowl, we've got a mix of pop, rock, flamenco, jazz, all kinds of things. So it's going to be
So
really fun.
if we have intrigued you, folks, let me tell you that Yaelisa's Caminos Flamencos is happening December 18th through 20th, 3 performances at the Cowl Theater in Fort Mason in San Francisco. For more information, you can go to their website, to the Caminos Flamencos website, caminosflamencos.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Happy
Henry.
holidays, and thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. I'll just applaud. Bravo.
Bravo.
Okay,
Well done, Henry.
Isabel, take it.
No, it's the feet and the hands together that really throws
Just
you
do
off.
the hands. We won't ask for the feet.
We'll be right back. Sorry, we can't do any dancing.